Evening, folks. Chief Prepper here. I've got notes because I'm old and I forget shit. So, I want to apologize. I want to ramble on a little bit tonight, but I want to apologize. My 2 introductory videos go live tonight at midnight, and then I made a power generation video that is already live. So, hopefully somebody watches it, and hopefully somebody watches the introductory videos and they enjoy it. Short update on my EB240 plans. I'm not disgusted by it, but I'm not sure it's going to do what I want it to do. Right now I think it will run out of power around 6:30, 7:30 in the morning. I plugged it in tonight at 6:30, so basically if I want to run my fridges non-stop on a Blue Eddy, I'm going to need 2 in order to do it 24 hours a day per fridge, and I have 2 full-size freezers and then 1 deep freeze, so that's going to be a significant investment. It looks like it's going to run out after about 12, 13 hours. But the good news is it's 2,500 cycles of charging and discharging, so that's about 6.5 years of usage. I am going to ramble a little bit tonight. I'm going to try and make it as quick as I can, and I'm kind of reading from stuff because I don't want to forget stuff. I'm talking about personal hygiene, lack of running water, toilets. So, one of the things a lot of the survival movies gets wrong is how fat people are and how clean they are. You might be like, why is that? Well, when you stop having water that runs, during the Texas freeze, me and my wife went 7 days without a bath. Well, 6 days without a bath. And we actually went over to my father's house and took a shower, and did laundry, and then came back because a pipe broke at my house and we just didn't have any water. My dad didn't have water that was safe because they had a boil water issue. So I'm bringing this up because personal hygiene will become a big deal. So, and if you haven't lived in an austere environment and you haven't gone through that kind of thing, then I'll give you an example. First time I went to Iraq, and during the early part of the war, I went 3 weeks without an actual bath, like a shower, full shower. No, I got what's called a whore bath a couple times because it took time and you had it and you didn't have a lot when you're on the move and doing stuff. So, another thing is you need to learn your toilet consumption rate. So, during the freeze, my rain barrels saved me after I took a torch to the fittings and got the water running. It's 15 gallons a day for 3 people. Me and my dad were peeing in the yard, so that was 15 gallons for flush and poop for the guys, and then poop and pee for my wife. So you need to learn how to make your own soap. No matter how much you have, you're going to run out. I have a water jug I was going to show you, but I'd have to go get it, and it takes time I don't have right now. I had 3. I only had 1 with water in it, and I didn't trust it. So before the next weather issue, I will be filling up, because I now have 6. And I plan to get a water bob. One of the things that go into it that you can put into a bathtub to fill up with water, so we have potable water. I have a filtration system that I have not used yet. I've had it for years. I remember I've been prepping for pretty steady since 2015. Before that, a little more survival gear, but a lot. So, and you need to understand that if you're on like city water, eventually, well, you probably won't even have toilets that will work because you won't have any water. But if you're on septic, then as long as you fill up the toilet bowl, the water tank on the toilet, you can flush it. So, one of the things that you need to understand is when you start down this path as a prepper, if you're not a deep thinker, you will become one. And I think that we, as a, my dog's in the background, we as a general rule, we overestimate our skills and abilities, and we underestimate how bad it will be. So another thing you need to qualify for is when I talked about deciding if you want to survive, that's an actual shit hits the fan event. That's not just a 1 week or a 2 week problem, as most people can find a way to deal with that kind of thing. I'm talking about grid down or nuclear war, EMP, or coronal mass ejection type things. So, one last thing, Chief's wife will bring a lot of skills to things, because one of the things people, Prepper Challenge talks about, get out of there, hi, drama, get out of there, there'll be a snake back there, stupid, poisonous one will bite you. So, you won't be able to go and buy clothes anymore. So having somebody that can sew, preferably you have a machine that you can find a way to power up, or manually sew. My wife also knits, crochets, spins, and weaves. So she will bring a lot of skills that will be drastically needed during a major event. Last thing I want to talk about is I've had 2 projects I've been working on for the last year. The truck's sitting behind me again. Hopefully we'll be running here in 2 or 3 weeks. And then my big truck, which I got to go fuck with because the brake lights are coming on and off by themselves. So I don't know how long that's been happening, but that's an issue. So I got to figure that out. And then basically tonight I'm just going to disconnect the battery. So one of my videos I talked about metering your stress. So I like to ride a Harley Davidson motorcycle. Don't typically like to ride any of the other brands. So Saturday I did some riding, and the other things I like to do is sit on my front porch and have an adult beverage and just relax. And Dharma, get out of there. Come here. And just take a moment to say, hey, life is still good. So that's all for tonight. So we'll be doing. If somebody watches the video and wants to see a little more detail on the power generation, I can actually show plugs and hook it up and go through that. But that's really mini school stuff. I did that video because I hadn't seen anybody with a video like that out. So I think the next video I'm going to do is going to be talking about noise and light discipline and flashlights and different sources for light without electricity. And there's a lot of things you can do, and you already know, but I'm going to talk about some things that people who haven't been in the military probably don't know about. So it's Sunday. So tomorrow's another day, a new week. Hopefully everyone's had a good weekend. And I don't know if this thing's ever going to take off and do anything, but I do hope to become more active in the prepping community. And on my list of things to do is hopefully make a Prepper Nurse 1 gathering and say, hey, how you doing? And maybe by the time I can make that trip, I'll be a little more popular. But it's 1:45. I'm a night owl wolf type thing. I like to be awake at night, and I sleep in. So, and then I'm lucky for right now. I'm retired. So, retired, not working. So, anyway, Chief Prepper out.